Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Right now, I figured we're getting towards the end of the season, right? We've had a lot of events. We've all had a lot of fun. So I thought it might be nice for all of us casters to give our highlight of the season. We've all been around for the whole season. We've done lots of different things. So, Alex, pick a moment from the season we've just had that really stands out to you.
Yeah, I'm going to be very politically correct with this. I think we've seen how big our tournaments have become nowadays, and the whole production has been absolutely incredible for all of us to have been part of it. Has been my absolute highlights. We get our lovely reels from the video team as well, which always highlights the whole tournament for us as casters and those involved in the tournament. So like massive applaud to all of them and the actual production, the whole tournaments itself.
They're going to make this look the best it's ever looked. They're going to make sure this gets plastered on everything. It's going to be their favourite moment. I mean, Shay, what about you?
Right, I'm going to be cheeky here, lads. I've got two. I can't pick between two. I got two, right. So the first one was when I was commentating Alberto Conti round 9 of Utrecht stream, where he did the first Aqua Storm for game on an EU stream, and that was for his Worlds invite as well. And a little bit of backstory to that, I was in the group chat where we were discussing the sort of hybrid turbo Lost Box Cryoga build. So like I instantly knew what he was trying to do, and just watching the whole game unfold, just how he mentioned the group chat was just like, honestly, a little bit magical.
I mean, the way that gets formulated right at the end, it's so beautiful. Like watching them plan everything out meticulously and execute it. Thankfully, we get to see it even more now as it's so much more popular.
Yeah, no, it's so good. And then got to quickly fit in my next one was being able to cast my best friend Demetrius Eaton beat Andre Scubar, the world champion. That was just such like a little father-son moment almost.
It's always fun when you can see a good friend of yours having a good result like that. It was absolutely awesome. Now, Mike, of course, this season, it's been your inaugural season in casting Pokemon TCG. You've done a bunch of events. You've done all right.
Yeah, I've had a lot of time.
With your work.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I was Warsaw, Stuttgart, Liverpool, Malmo and Turin now, and I think the big thing for me is how much fun it's been. Like the community's amazing, everyone's been so lovely, but we've had some particularly funny moments on camera, and one that stands out as one of the first ones we did, I think it was back in Warsaw, a balloon that was caught up in the rafters suddenly decided to deflate enough to fall down as we were on camera, and it just falls straight past the camera. I've never seen that before. It was so funny, and I think just remembering how much fun I had in that broadcast, that was the moment.
And to quote, it was just let it happen.
Just let it happen. Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, I could see Alex, who was not casting at the time, ready to dive in and catch the balloon. But I was like, surely this is a 1 in a million chance. We just got to let it happen.
It was an incredible scene, and I think it was just the shock and the horror for everyone in the backstage to see it slowly deflating down. And it just cover a corner of the screen, isn't it?
You would be surprised how easy it is to notice everyone suddenly looking up at something. And you can see everyone behind the camera just looking up and going, oh, what's that up there? So we were all watching it slowly forward. Anyway, we've all had great moments, but what about you, Ross?
I mean, I want to see the moment where Alex dies for the balloon. That's what I want to see. That's a clip that I want. But that clip doesn't exist, Alex, does it?
No, gladly not caught on camera. But outside of that, Ross, you know, you've been able to cast numerous events across your career so far. Of course, you've done Worlds, you've done ICs, you've had a chance now to work with us. How has your season been, and what's your highlight moment?
I mean, my season's been great. There's a couple of things that I want to highlight. First of all, just casting with new people. I'd never casted with any of you boys before I got to do this season, which is really sad. Benji as well, someone I've been able to cast with this season that I had never casted before. And just, you know, I casted with a lot of the same people. So getting to come into these streams this year, cast with some new people, has been an absolute highlight. But I've got to shout out EUIC, because EUIC was such a fun tournament because we had rotation and we had Scarlet and Violet, not just a new set, but a new block, all coming in at the same time. And we had just this complete unknown. And I just want to just point out my little bit of indication here, because I spent the first few rounds being like, Maridon, it's legit. And everyone's like, mate, no, you just stop it. And then former national champion Rob Kimbram comes along, all the way to a top 8 finish with Maridon. I felt like I was basically spending the tournament cheerleading for him. That was one of my favorite bits of the season so far. And then I saw him and he came and gave me a massive hug and thanked me for the cheerleading.
I mean, you're a bit unlucky that every time it came up on stream, it didn't do as well as it was doing off stream.
It did not go well on stream.
But Maridon, I think it's always been one of those decks that's so fun to watch. And I think that's the key for us, is we have a lot of fun watching it. That's why we do this, being able to commentate a game that we love so much. So I think that's pretty much wrapped it up for us. We could go on for hours talking about our favorite moments, but let us know in the chat what your favorite moment is, and we'll get into the next round shortly.